Hi guys, and welcome back to the Greenwich Literary Symposium. This month coming to you live from Paris. For those of you that may not have been following our videos, do check them out. We've had tens of views. Pete and I have moved to Paris, and Katie has come out to visit for this month's review. This month we have been reading Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Recommended to us by one of our Facebook fans, Joe. Thanks, Joe. So it's the year 2044 and the real world has become an ugly place. We're out of oil, we've wrecked the climate, famine, poverty and disease are widespread. Like most of humanity, Wade Watts escapes this depressing reality by spending his waking hours jacked into the OASIS, a sprawling virtual utopia where you can be anything you want to be, where you can live and play and fall in love on any of 10,000 planets. And like most of humanity, Wade is obsessed by the ultimate lottery ticket that lies concealed within the alternate reality. OASIS founder James Halliday, who dies with no heir, has promised that control of the OASIS and his massive fortune will go to the person who can solve the riddles he has left scattered throughout his creation. For years, millions have struggled fruitlessly to attain this prize, knowing only that riddles are based on Halliday's obsession with 80s pop culture, and then Wade stumbles onto the key to the first puzzle. Suddenly he finds himself pitted against thousands of competitors in a desperate race to claim the ultimate prize, a chase that soon takes on terrifying real-world dimensions that will leave both Wade and his world profoundly changed. I'm getting very sick and my throat is really sore, so I apologise if I sound
raspy,
gruff. So what did we think, guys?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think it's one of the best things I've ever read.
I'm so glad you said that. I've been so nervous that you're going to say something slightly different.
No, I thought it was... Obviously, it's really, really geeky, and it really plays to anybody who was kind of a computer games geek in the 80s and 90s. And like as Blurb said, it's got loads of 80s pop culture references, films, there's movies, TV shows, and everything, both sides of the stakes related to the 80s and 90s. I was a computer geek in the 80s and 90s and absolutely fucking adored it. I think the guy that wrote it must have obviously been one as well. And while it's set in futuristic dystopia, it really is all about 80s and 90s pop culture. And it's written with such affection. And the guy is obviously in love with all the computers and from like the Amstrads and the Spectrums and everything like that. He's obviously in love with it all. I just thought it was a wonderful homage to that period in time.
Yeah, so I didn't really get a lot of the references, like computer references and things. Some of it, like I know
too young.
Because I'm too young, like I pointed out. I know what Pac-Man is, and a few of the others, but not really. But I don't think you needed to either.
No.
Because I thought it was absolutely excellent as well. Really enjoyed it.
I thought that my only criticism of the book is that at times I feel like the writer, who was obviously a computer geek, lost the run of himself and geeked out too much to the point where he was just pages and pages and pages of just descriptions of computers, and I felt like at times he wasn't reining himself in, thinking I'm writing a novel here. He was kind of letting himself geek out a bit too much. But apart from that, I loved it. I think it was a brilliant book. Not one that I'd probably ever have chosen to read if it wasn't recommended to us. And it's been turned into a film that's about to come out. And I don't think if I heard about it coming to the cinema, or, I mean, I've not seen a trailer or anything, but
we should watch the trailer.
I don't think it's going to look like the kind of film I would ever want to watch.
No, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Now I've read the book, I can't wait to see it. But I imagine it's all like CGI robots and Transformers and like nothing that I would ever like. Which I think is the beauty of books sometimes. It's the journey it takes you on, and you don't really know where you're going, and then you get committed to it, and it doesn't matter if it's something that you would normally.
Yeah, I
read.
couldn't put this book down. I just thought it was so good.
It's like a real Russian doll of itself, kind of thing. Like the protagonist Percival is like a computer geek that loves playing computer games. He ends up getting more immersed into a world of computer games, and ultimately ends up being the computer game, like being in one. It's like kind of like the whale keeps eating another whale, like eating itself. It was really good.
And the world is in complete destruction as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why that was relevant.
I'm still focusing on the whale eating a whale theory.
I'm not sure what I meant, but I knew what I
You
meant.
said it's like a whale eating a whale.
I was trying to think of the next thing to say. I couldn't think of anything.
So yeah, marks out of 5.
Oh yeah, but wait a minute. I know what else I wanted to say.
Okay.
I felt like at times, you said about all the description stuff. I felt like I read quicker when the book was going faster, when the pace of the story was faster.
Yeah.
And I read slower when the pace of the story was slower, and I thought it was really clever that the authors managed to get your sort of, like, my heart was beating faster when I was reading the sort of higher intensity bits, and I thought that was quite clever.
Yeah, the guy must
Maybe
have done
on
so
purpose.
much flipping research
You must have done, yeah.
on it. Because even if you love all that kind of stuff, all the detail he went into.
Okay,
What?
So very rarely do we have guests when we film our videos, but today we have, and I've looked over and she's asleep on the floor. She's not even paying attention to what we're doing.
I'm resting my eyes and enjoying.
audience.
I will give it a 4.5 out of 5, purely because at times I felt I was skimming pages because it was just descriptions.
Oh, I'm giving it a 5.
I'm giving it a 5. It's one of my favourite
Yeah, me
books.
too. So overall, about 4.8.
Overruled.
Sorry. Yeah, excellent. Definitely would recommend anyone to read it.
Yeah.
And my favourite thing is on the front cover, it says Willy Wonka meets the Matrix, which I think is a really good description.
Yeah.
And made me want to read it. And I'd definitely read it again.
How's that?
Oh, that stinks.
Have you not had that before?
It does smell.
Peter, just move the chair. Hi guys, and welcome to January's literary... Fuck!
Let's let Katie calm down.